So one of the things that we can do with Generative Fill is to create new backgrounds. So let me just quickly show you how this works. So we're going to go and we're going to grab our quick selection or object selection tool. And you'll see in the toolbar that the select subject is available. But we're not going to click it just yet. Let's choose the drop-down menu and make sure we're in cloud. Once we're in the cloud option, now we can choose select subject. This will give us a better subject. All right, we've made our selection. And of course, you could go through and refine that selection if you wanted, but this is good enough for me to demonstrate what I want to show you. So now I can invert this or inverse the selection by hitting Command-Shift-I. That would be Control-Shift-I in Windows, or just clicking this button. And that's the inverse button. So now we've selected everything except for our subject. Now I want to put in a background. So I'm going to click Generative Fill, and I can describe the kind of background I want. Why don't we say Japanese city, and then we're going to click generate. Now I'd like to use things like futuristic Japanese city, but when we start to do fantasy stuff right now, at this point Generative Fill is not very realistic. I'll say give it a month or two though, and it's going to get much more realistic when it comes to the fantasy stuff. And look at that, that's pretty good. And let's have a look and see what we've got. That one is not very good at all. And that one, she's kind of standing on a ledge, which is kind of interesting, but I'm definitely going to go with this one. Now, one of the things you're going to see is sometimes the hands can get really messed up. It's one of the things it's struggling with at the moment. And if we get a situation like that, we can see the hands are quite different. Let's just generate again and see what we get for the second time around. And if we look at this, we got a different scene here, and it definitely did a better job of the hands. But let me show you how to fix the hands here. All right, so what do we do in a situation like this where we want to fix it? Well, let's go to the original layer here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab our object selection tool. Let's set that to a rectangle and just drag it around the hand to see if we can get a better selection of that hand. Definitely looks a lot better. I'm going to hit Control J to copy that to a new layer. And now we're going to drag that up above the layer underneath. All right, let's just create a layer above here. And this is where we're going to fill in some of this blue. So why don't we just grab the old trusty clone stamp tool and make sure sample all layers is turned on. I'm going to Control click to select this, and now we can just paint in here. And notice that I've got my hand layer up here is hidden. Just makes it a little bit easier for me to see what's going on. And all I'm trying to do is just get rid of that little portion in there. Looks pretty good. Turn that hand back on. Looks like we missed a little bit. Let me hit the Alt Option key. Let's make it just a little smaller first though. There we go. And now we can just paint in there. So there we're combining Generative Fill and some little traditional techniques to just kind of finish off the image.